All right, so the Green Lantern production has a start date. The TV series for HBO Max is set to begin filming in April. I'm reading this off JoeBlowNews.com, and yes, the HBO TV series Green Lantern has a date. According to Production List, the Green Lantern will begin filming April 12th, 2021 in Los Angeles. No plot details have been officially released thus far, but if you go back to my last Green Lantern video about this, um, there was some rumors that came out about the plot revolving a bunch of Green Lanterns and stuff like that, from Guy Gardner to Alan Scott to Simon Bates and so on. You know, there's a bunch of different Green Lanterns that are going to be in the show. Um, what we know about the show so far is that it's going to be 10 episodes on HBO Max, and the showrunners are Seth Grahame-Smith from the Lego Batman movie, the one that everybody liked, and Mark Guggenheim from the Arrowverse and stuff like that. And he also wrote the Green Lantern movie in 2011. So once again, very questionable decisions for these people behind the camera. But let's see what Mark Guggenheim got. I know Greg Berlanti is also on this production, and I believe Jeff Johns is as well as an executive producer. But yeah, according to this article, the superhero drama will depict the adventures of multiple Lanterns, including Guy Gardner, Jessica Cruz, Simon Bates, and a brand new character named Bree Jarda and Alan Scott. Yes, we already went over that. The series will also include fan favorites such as Sinestro and Kilowog, and will also introduce new heroes to the ranks of the Green Lantern Corps. Um, it sounds very interesting. Apparently, this is supposed to tie into a movie at some point. At least that's what the rumor is. Um, Hopefully, that's the case. It's going to have 10 episodes, so that's enough time to tell a story, and hopefully they do cap it off with a movie. According to the article also goes on to say, according to former HBO Max content chief Kevin Riley, DC upcoming slate of superhero shows will bring about a whole new level of visuals for the genre. This is interesting. This is a quote. These will be the next step up in production value. You can expect the highest level of cinematic production values on those shows. And that's the same for the projects we've announced with J.J. Abrams. That's very, very interesting. They are treating these superhero shows that they're going to be making for HBO Max as Game of Thrones level production value, which means like $100 million production budget for these shows at least. And apparently J.J. Abrams is going to have a lot to do with this universe. There's a reason they signed J.J. Abrams to like a $200+ million contract. They want him to create stuff. As you saw recently, the new Superman movie reboot with J.J. Abrams was announced. And that won't be the last thing. He was also announced to be attached to Justice League Dark and Constantine for HBO Max. And now, according to HBO Max content chief Kevin Riley, these DC shows that are going to be on HBO Max are going to have the highest production values. That's very exciting, especially for a show like Green Lantern that's going to need it. You're going to need it with all the visuals they got going there. And that's about it for the article. Joe Blow ends it by saying DC certainly has a lot to make good after the embarrassment of 2011's Green Lantern starring Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, their last attempt at anything Green Lantern. That was a good year for Green Lantern, surprisingly. That's the year the video game came out, which is surprisingly fun and has a decent narrative. And then you had the animated series, which was like the best Green Lantern content we've ever got on a TV or movie form. It's just, I highly recommend the Green Lantern animated series. That also came out around that same time because they were really trying to push Green Lantern in 2011, but it just did not take off because DC fans are few and far between. But anyway, here's hoping that they've learned from their mistakes, doubtful, and plan to bring something otherworldly to the table with this new series. My fingers are officially crossed, as I'd love to see them knock this one out of the stratosphere. I was about to say atmosphere, he said stratosphere. Yeah, highly recommend it. I also recommend you watch this Joe Blow video, What the Fuck Happened to Green Lantern 2011. I also recommend you watch that because that is very factual. You know what I'm saying? And one thing you'll notice about that is that Green Lantern movie was mainly Greg Berlanti and Mark Guggenheim production. And what's interesting is that Martin Campbell and Ryan Reynolds really butted heads a lot, and that caused a lot of problems on set and stuff. So, you know, if you want the actual facts of what happened on that Green Lantern movie, I highly recommend Joe Blow's video. You'll get more facts there than Lightcast, for sure. But yeah, this is very exciting. We have a production date, April 12th, 2021 in Los Angeles. I can't wait. It being in Los Angeles means there's probably going to be a lot of stuff that's on stage, you know, like a lot of, you know, warehouse stuff and stuff like that. I doubt we're going to get a lot of stuff on Earth. You know, we'll get some scenes on Earth, but I hope it's more like a, you know, intergalactic adventure and stuff like that. So we're hoping. And, you know, if the show takes off, they get more seasons, we'll get to Blackest Night. I mean, it'll happen. We just got to get there. But anyway, that's the news. Thanks for clicking on the video. I will stay updated on the Green Lantern TV series because I'm super excited for it. And I'm getting more excited knowing the production values are going to be really high. So, yeah, can't wait for that. And we'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye for now.